Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Stellar Lumens, aka XLM. So let's just dive in. And before I even fully go in depth on a few things in this market, and I just want to say one thing, right? I just want to say the fact that we have a very large amount of individuals in the space that try to constantly compare XRP and XLM and H bar, etc. Um, I think that's one of the worst things that we can do. I've talked about it many times on this channel as well. I think that a lot of these networks they have an incredible amount to offer to the real world. I think that XRP's use case and I think that the XRP ecosystem is one that is very, very interesting. I also think that there's so much value there still to be derived. But also, I think XLM is a very incredible opportunity. And we're going to talk about why. So, one thing that I would love to know is how closely tied XRP and XLM are to each other. Like when we actually look at this chart here. So I'm just going to go off of the coin market cap chart. I'm going to compare this with XLM. So here's XLM and XRP directly side by side. Tell me these two are not directly correlated to one another. I mean, in their entirety, they have constantly moved together almost in unison. And the thing about this that I've always said is, we have this huge event brewing behind XRP. It's the lawsuit, right? Summary judgment is getting very, very close. We have been waiting for it, pretty much for over 2 years now. And as we look at a decision around this case, I do think that if we get the huge win on Ripple side of things, it could allow for XRP to have a massive surge in the market. And as XRP is closely tied to it, I also believe that XRP and XLM will basically move at the same time. So when XRP does take off from a lawsuit decision, whether it be bullish or even bearish, I do believe that XLM will most likely follow through. Now, does that mean that XLM will follow even if XRP dumps? Yes, I do believe so. The reason why is because go look back in time when the lawsuit decision happened around XRP. Look at this. I mean, XLM was also pumping during this time, and then all of a sudden, boom, it drops. Now, it didn't drop as much as you guys do see. It's the one in orange. It didn't drop as much, but it still did have a pullback. And then it went on a major move in the market. I mean, XLM, I think went to almost 80 cents, 73 cents here. So yeah, it still did do. It made a great run. Still, I mean, if you go all the way back to March of 2020 and during 2020, this thing went on a pretty big run. So it did very good. But the thing is that as we look at XLM right now, it is up, but it isn't up a massive amount this year. I mean, from its low, it came down to what 7.5 cents or so. It's sitting at about 9.5 cents now. Even if you go back into the whole year span, it came down to about 7 cents. So it is up about 2.5 cents from its lows this year. So not a massive amount gained, but it has been brewing. In my opinion, when you look at this chart, it has been brewing for a big move in the market. And also, by the way, technically speaking, going off of the coin market cap chart, because I know on other charts it didn't really make a new all-time high, but this is basically saying that it did. And I'm not saying that XLM fully had a new all-time high because even here it's saying 5 years ago was the all-time high about 94 cents. XLM didn't technically make a new all-time high. If you're going off of this chart, then yeah, it did. But I do think that we could see for the first time since 2017, 2018, XRP make a new all-time high if we have the catalyst align perfectly. Also, it depends on how the market is going to look and how the market moves as well. Because, hey, a lot of people are calling for a wave 5. Whatever the case may be, if we do see a wave 5, then yes, I do believe that we could possibly see a new all-time high for XRP, which, in my opinion, like I said, XLM will most likely follow through as well. Now, also, as we do look at a few things around the lawsuit, we do take a look at innovation. We take a look at the events leading up to, the Big Bang, if you will, decision. And when we look at that, I do believe that Stellar is also focused on innovation. I also think that they are also focused on regulations as well. So far, knock on wood, XLM has been able to escape regulatory uncertainty. But this is also most likely because we've started to see a big shift on their front away from XLM focused use cases and things like that. is XLM, focused use cases taking a back seat because of regulatory uncertainty? Who knows? But we do see over here this morning's sessions have been truly unforgettable thanks to the inspiring insights shared by our esteemed speakers. Their vision for the future of the industry is nothing short of revolutionary, and with constructive actions to match, it will surely become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, these summits, these huge events, these are great. And Paris Block Week, or Blockchain Week, I should say, um, was a huge event. There was a lot of players there, and I do think that it was great publicity. I think that the entire Stellar community has been growing for so long. We've been taking a look at the account growth on the Stellar network. That's been doing very well. There's been a lot of metrics that are telling us, hey, guess what? The ecosystem is brewing. There's a lot of publicity on it. There's a lot of focus on XLM. Again, like I said, I think that this year for utility grade tokens, it's going to be very, very exciting. I think XRP has a lot riding on it in terms of that decision. And when we do see that decision, or even when we don't see the decision, I still believe that XRP will perform pretty well this year. Then we will see XLM follow through as well. And I'm not saying that XLM 100% needs XRP to pump or anything like that. I'm just saying that these two, really do move closely together. And also over here, congratulations, MoneyGram. So if you guys did miss it, basically MoneyGram was the winner of the best use of blockchain in fintech. Now remember, like I said, if you want to compare XRP and XLM together, and if you want to make the argument on, XRP is better than XLM or vice versa, I want you guys to understand that, this use case here solidifies what Stellar's actually focused on, which is P2P and more so use cases within the retail sector. When we look at XRP and how Ripple, the company, is leveraging XRP, because remember, Ripple's not XRP, XRP is not Ripple. The way that they leverage XRP is more so for B2B. Now, I'm not saying that XRP isn't utilized for P2P as well, because within the XRP ledger ecosystem, there's a lot of use cases centered on retail as well. But again, this was a huge announcement because we do see the award honors our first of its kind global on and off ramp service for digital wallets in partnership with Stellar Org. When we actually read this, we can see that the company has been recognized for bringing real world blockchain use case to life with first of its kind global on/off ramp service for digital wallets. And if we scroll down here as well, we can see a few quotes. So we're thrilled to be recognized for our progressive innovation by this prestigious awards program for the world's leading fintechs. At MoneyGram, we are proud of the work we're doing to pioneer cross-border payment innovation and excited about the new opportunities we're creating to connect the world's communities like never before. And again, I know what you guys are probably thinking. Well, if this is cross-border payments, aren't they trying to replace Ripple and XRP? No. Remember, cross-border payments, there's a few sectors within it. There's B2B, there's P2P. B2B is the big one worth $150 trillion. There's still a large amount of trillions, still left to be disrupted within the P2P and retail sector as well, which, again, is what I'm really kind of betting on long-term with XLM. And then also down here, we do see this honor recognizes the company's first of its kind global off-ramp service for digital wallets on the Stellar blockchain network through an innovative partnership with the Stellar Development Foundation, SDF, the nonprofit that supports the growth of the open source public blockchain Stellar. MoneyGram is helping to solve one of digital currency's biggest challenges, interoperability within the traditional financial system. So again, like I said, this is a huge, huge area of focus, and we do see the Stellar Development Foundation's mission is to create equitable access to the global financial system using blockchain technology, which their collaboration with MoneyGram is basically a prime example of how they can remove friction and improve user choice and access to financial services by recognizing our complementary strengths and working together to deliver new utility to the world. Like I said, utility. To me personally, like utility is the biggest one. I do think that long term, XLM, XRP, HBAR, Algo, etc. Like those are going to be the main players, and we've talked about the main players. We talked about the projects that I think will be around for a while within the space. It's going to be the ones that are focused on real world applications, because without real world applications, guess what? What are you really solving? What's really there in terms of the value creation? Not a lot, right? Yes, I do believe in Web3 and this world of decentralization, but we also need to tap into these markets that are ripe for disruption. I do believe that Stellar is focused on them. And also, the Stellar Aid Assist, I know that a lot of people have questionable thoughts about this. Again, if you want to look into this and view it your own way, that's totally fine as well. But I do think that these real world applications are huge. I think that it puts a prime spotlight on the fact that, guess what? There's projects within blockchain, within crypto, etc., that are solving these big problems. And we even do see here make an undeniable case for the utility of this tech. If we believe that blockchain is for the real world, let's show up for the real world. And this is Daniel Dixon. And again, here's that Stellar 8 Assist tool. If we actually open this up and look at this, so here's the components. Here's stablecoin to the Stellar enabled digital wallet to cash ramps, and you do see the benefits as well here. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking. Is XLM involved within this entire process? I don't believe so. And a lot of people are going to ask me, like, how is XLM going to have any value tied to it if it's not involved in this entire process here? I think most of what we will see in terms of settlement, right? I think settlement is the big one to focus on with XLM because very similar to XRP, most of the process doesn't really include XRP until you start to see settlement or even conversion of funds. Now, do I believe that we could see XLM play into the same point of view within this entire process? Yeah, I do believe so. And I also believe that that's where value creation will come from with XLM, very similar to XRP within its own use case. And I know that, a lot of people will try to compare these two use cases, but when we look at the overall niche audience that they're trying to target here, it's pretty simple that Stellar is going after P2P, Ripple is trying to go after the B2B sector. And also over here, we do see blockchain's real value lies in its utility. Again, here's Daniel Dixon talking about utility on Stellar. Listen closely.
I am so excited for us to come together as an industry to really face the headwinds that we have seen over the last year with the failure of FTX, the banking infrastructure challenges, and really demonstrate the real value of blockchain. We're not going to demonstrate that by talking about the technology. What we're going to do is we're going to show that there are real problems that are being solved today for humans and businesses on both sides of a transaction. And that is what's going to launch us into mainstream and demonstrate the real value. So utility is the thing that we need to focus on. So excited to see you all in Austin at Consensus.
So yeah, and this is actually from a huge event that's going to be happening in Austin, Texas on April 26th to the 28th. This is Consensus 2023. Like I said, they were just there at Paris Blockchain Week, another huge event. All of these are great for community growth. Like I said, Stellar is actually a very, very large company within the space, almost 752,000 followers. I do think that Stellar is a must-watch. I think that everyone should have it on their watch list. And I also don't think that it will hurt to have a bag of XLM. Like I said, XRP and XLM, they're both in my portfolio. They're staples in my portfolio. I think that they're both extremely great utility tokens within the space. And I'm not boxing myself in. Like, I'm not just an XRP maxi. I think that XLM is going to do very well going forward on in time. There's still a lot more left for Stellar to accomplish, and there's still a lot more left to be announced from Stellar as well. And I think that these events, everyone should be listening into these events because it's a great way to see within the company what they're focused on, what they're doing, what they're building, and how they are going to accomplish their goals and their aspirations within blockchain adoption in terms of the mass adoption standard. So, with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. So it's up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.